Basically, if you look at the data, you see clearly a differentiation between young people who had experience abroad, so they did some mobility experience, etc., and that leads them to find easily a job. 41% of them find a job before they were finishing their studies. Making it easier for them to travel, making it easier for them to discover a city, to find an accommodation. That's a basic thing. Make it easy for people who develop an accommodation to develop different kind of accommodation so that students can find what they're looking for, something for their budget and their needs. And also giving young people a space not only where they can have fun or sleep, but also where they can start maybe their own company. There are a lot of startups now. Young people are looking more and more to create their own company, and finding places like incubators or co-working space within the student housing, I think it's a good solution.
I think our students are really looking for ways that they can come together, share ideas, be able to have some discourse and dialogue about what's important to them, what they value, what their goals are in life. And I see that happening a lot more within a cafe type setting. I think that we really need to look at our space differently. We can't think about it in the traditional sense of one-use spaces. We need to have multi-use spaces that are able to move from one use to the next in a short period of time.
We like to work with leading universities where we think they have sufficient potential to continue growing and to attracting the best pool of talents. So we're hopeful that even in those countries where the regulation is a problem, we will be able to work. Yes, I think I found it very enriching to listen to stakeholders that I normally don't listen to. For example, the cities, for example, university researchers. Normally I always speak with investors and with universities on specific projects. So I found that very, very enriching.
People are obsessed with the Financial Times rankings and so on and so forth, but there's a huge demand for student accommodation in most cities, and it's not just for the elite. 40% of our 18-year-olds go to university, and they don't all go to Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, so they need to live somewhere. The way we decide to invest in a city is what the financial stability of the university is, how many travelling students they've got, and how many overseas students they've got. When you go into a new jurisdiction, you've got to learn about the tax rules, you've got to learn about the local custom and practice, so it's really difficult. You can't just go out and do 20 countries at the same time. It's a fantastic networking event. I've met loads of really interesting people, and I've met some people I've not seen for a couple of years, which is also very nice.
There is an international need for something like Class of 2020, that you discuss with each other the concept of student housing in the 21st century with all these major things that are changing. So there's a huge opportunity, and you need a knowledge base, an organizational base that combines all the knowledge experiences together. And so there's a good future for the Class of 2020. Today the needs of the students were very important. Last year we talked a lot about the investor needs. I think it's time now to discuss the university needs and how we can logically connect to them so we can support them and they can support us.